Hi everyone, happy Thursday. I think I'm going to post these on Thursday. Happy Thursday, it's time for another Nate's 8 and another video. 4 videos. I've made 4 videos out of 52. I'm great. You're great. We're all great. We're awesome. Okay, what are we doing this time? I've got my notes on my phone here, and it says that this week's Nate's 8 is the last of the look back at 2021 as we see what 8 games I played the very most. Of course, we're not counting digital games. I played Seven Wonders many times, and paperback I played a lot of times, and one more game I played lots and lots of times that we're not going to talk about just yet, but we will momentarily. So let's get underway and see what I played the most. Honorable mention to the West Kingdom. I played the West Kingdom a lot of times, not enough times to make it on the list, but I love the West Kingdom. The West Kingdom is a worker placement game, a trilogy of worker placement games, thank you. A trilogy of worker placement games about building up your awesome kingdom. I think it's a kingdom in France in around the 10th century, maybe? Sounds right. Anyway, there's 3 of them, and I played all 3 5 times, and this one I played 8 times, because Viscounts. Viscounts is awesome. But it's not enough, but it gets honorable mention anyway. So we're not talking about that one, because it's not on the list. It's not on Nate's 8, it's Nate's 9. It's not Nate's 9. Okay, number 8, Dungeon Academy. Dungeon Academy had 11 plays. Dungeon Academy is a game about graduates from an adventure, D&D adventure type academy that are, for their graduating exam, they're going through a dungeon. The dungeon, each room in the dungeon is made up of dice, and your job, it's kind of a roll and write, I guess, is to map your way through the dungeon as fast as you can. You can give yourself between 30 and 60 seconds, depending on how difficult you want the game to be. And you map your way through and get as many points as you can without running out of hit points. And it's fun. I played a lot of times. I'd play it with anybody, anytime. That'd be fine. Let's see who's next. I played that one 11 times, so it took 11 games to make my top 8 this year. How many will it take to make it to the top 8 next year? I don't know. Hopefully 11. That's a nice round number. I don't think it's round at all. Number 7, Whatnot Cabinet. Whatnot Cabinet I played 17 times. It is a game about putting tiles that represent little colored knickknacks into a cabinet represented by 3x4 grid. And you want to match colors along the horizontal columns, and types along the horizontal rows, and the more you match, the more points you get. And it's fun and it's light. It's kind of a challenge, and I like that. Number 6, controversial. Cartographers. Hey! Wait a minute, you say? I thought you loved Cartographers and can't stop talking about it. You only played it 20 times? That's really sad. That is really sad. Because I don't count app plays. I found a Cartographers app. Well, I found it a long time ago, but I finally got around to actually buying it and putting it on my phone, and I've played it a lot of times. But I don't count app plays because I forget to mark them down. And really, app plays are different from physical plays. But Cartographers, I played 20 times before I got to the app, and basically only play on the app now. If other people wanted to play with me, I would play the physical copy. But as long as I'm just playing by myself, I'm going to go ahead and play the digital copy. Or, more accurately, digital copy of the original game, and of course, physical copy of Cartographers Heroes. So, it's how it goes. Where are we at? 5, 8, 7, 6, 5. Herbaceous Pocket. Herbaceous Pocket is a teeny tiny version of Herbaceous, which is drafting herbs. Herb drafting. Cards that represent herbs, and you draft them, and it plays solo, and it's fine. It's very fast, and has a little bit of a challenge to it in solo mode. So I like that. I've never gotten anywhere near good at it. And it's probably very luck-based, but I still had enough enjoyment to play it again and again and again. And let me see on my phone here. 21. I don't know if I said it. 21 times I played Herbaceous Pocket. I Yeah, I might play with other people, but chances are I would suggest a different game. 22 times for the number 4 game, and that is, boom! Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion I've played 22 times. But wait, you say, Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion barely has 22 scenarios in it. You skip some when you go along the campaign, and so it's 25 scenarios total, and you skip a couple in the campaign, so how can you play 22 times? By failing a lot. Yes, failing a lot. Oof. Still haven't finished it, but I intend to. I played the Void Warden, do not recommend it. Nah, either try one of the other classes, or like play something from regular Gloomhaven, which I have here somewhere. But anyway, play one of the classes from regular Gloomhaven, or play one of the other classes, or just don't play solo. Okay, off to the big 3, the top 3. It's a Wonderful World. It's a Wonderful World is number 3. I played it 26 times, and mostly I played It's a Wonderful World in the front half of the year, maybe the first 2/3, and I really stopped playing this. At some point I just said, okay, that's enough, and I just stopped playing it. I'm kind of interested in the spiritual successor, It's a Wonderful Kingdom, which is sort of the 2-player version of this game, but it should still have solo mode. We'll see once reviews start coming out and live plays and so forth, so we can see what's going on there. Because, of course, in case you hadn't heard that story, I tried to back it the last second, and it turned out my credit card doesn't do euros, so could not back the Kickstarter. That's one way to kick that Kickstarter addiction. So It's a Wonderful World. I may or may not ever play this again. Of course, I'd be glad to play with other people, but as for just playing by myself, I may or may not ever play it again. I don't know for sure. I really literally came to a dead standstill playing this game after about August and never played it again. But in the first 8 months, I played it enough 26 times. I played it enough to get it into the top 3. Number 2 and number 1 are in my top 3. I love them. I'll play them with anybody. Yes, even you. Yes, you. Number 2 is Marvel United. Here's Marvel United. I had the base game, basically, that I bought from Walmart, and I played it 33 times. 33 times with just the base game. Can you imagine how many times I'm going to be playing this game once I get 17 expansions from the Kickstarter? Yeah, 17 boxes are coming from the Kickstarter whenever that fulfills. So, maybe I'll do a live unboxing of that, or maybe I'll just, I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, Marvel United is awesome. Marvel United is, I've stopped explaining. I forgot to explain how these games play, and skipped over it for 2 games. That's okay. We'll go on with Marvel United. You play superhero, you play cards that give you icons to try and defeat a villain and their henchmen and their scheme and their allies and so forth and so on. It's fun. It's decently challenging if you ramp the difficulty up hard enough, and there's lots and lots of expansions with lots more heroes coming, and I'm very excited to see how many times I play this once I get more characters, especially considering I played 33 times with just 1 box. Maybe it turns out that you don't actually need a million expansions to enjoy a Simon game. Who knows? Did you guess what the last game is? I'll give you a hint. It's a worker placement deck building game, and I can't win. I can't win with Paul. I just can't. I can't win with Paul. I've been trying and trying, but that doesn't stop me from really, really loving Dune Imperium. Dune Imperium is great. I'm not a huge Dune fan, although I'll talk about the Dune lore with you if you want, anytime. I'm not a big deck builder fan. I'll play a deck builder, but somehow this is right up near the top. I do like worker placement. I think there are lots and lots of worker placement games. I don't know where they are. But anyway, yeah, you make friends and you build your deck and you collect resources and you perform intrigue and stuff, and it's super awesome. It's a great game. I'll play it with anybody, anytime, as long as I don't have to teach it to you, because I don't know how good I am at teaching games. Although I did recently teach Horrified, and it wasn't so bad. I feel like I did a great job teaching Horrified. I basically just watched Rodney Smith's Watch Play video. Okay, cool. That's it. Let's see. Oh, Dune. Hang on, Dune. 50 plays. 50 plays of Dune, almost once a week. Once a week, more than once a week, considering I got it on January 20th. So, okay, cool. Next week. Next week, I'll either do a look back at January. I haven't decided yet, but possibly we'll look back at January, or I'll look ahead. We'll look ahead and see what kind of games I'm looking forward to in 2022, which probably won't come out. Either or. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody, and take care.